Welcome back to ESA Summer Online. We're raising money for Time of London. Links to donate can be found below the stream. We would also like to thank Kaspersky, Twitch, and ViewSonic for sponsoring this event. And now, it's time for DonDoli to show you Knytt Stories Deep Freeze. Good luck, and take it away.
Thank you, Stacy. Hello, glorious viewers of ESA. I'm DonDoli, and I'm bringing you some Knytt Stories action. Let me tell you what Knytt Stories is, first of all. It's basically a level creation tool. Lets you make your own 2D platform levels, often in like a Metroidvania style. It's quite a powerful tool with a lot of customization, and this is a real hidden gem. I have hundreds of blind playthroughs on my YouTube from this game alone. To me, this is the best 2D platformer ever made because of how tight the controls are and how good it just feels to play. So if you're a fan of platformers, I just cannot recommend this to you enough. It's free and very easy to get, you just have to look for it. Anyway, today I'm going to be playing a level called Deep Freeze. This is actually the 9th level that I'm going to be completing for ESA. So thank you so much for ESA for continuing to support this game. This level is a masterpiece in my opinion. It's quite notorious. You can see at the bottom it's categorized as large. It's the longest Knytt Stories run ever done. It's also categorized as very hard, and it is indeed a difficult run. There will be lots of deaths, there's no way around that. And it's pretty fast paced too, so we won't be able to talk you through exactly everything, but it should be fine. But I will be very focused though throughout the run, so I'm very glad to have Glipperall with me here to commentate. Thank you, Glipperall, for being here.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm quite confident in saying that Glipperall knows more about this game than anyone else. He's written a paper on it, he's made tasks, he made a randomizer recently that's given even more hours of fun from this game. Not to mention that he's a great speedrunner. So I'm quite glad to have him here. And as for the category, don't worry about it too much. Basically, this level is broken in some very complicated ways. Glipperall has the 90% world record at under 6 minutes. And just to keep it simple, we said a major skip is anything that skips more than 2 consecutive screens. So this way we have a category that still has a lot of fun glitches and skips, but we will go through every part of the level. And thank you for meeting the Don't Eat the Mushroom incentive. We'll get to that after this run. But for now, let's get started. So I'm going to give a countdown in 3, 2, 1, go. Deep Freeze. It's a story about a girl named Uni. Uni lived alone for quite some time, and even though she liked it that way, what happened? Okay, we had
Panic.
a soft lock in the cutscene. Well, that's never happened before. Okay, there we go. She has been living alone for quite some time, even though she likes it that way. She can't help but feel a sort of emptiness inside. And then one day, as she was looking at cat pictures online, she read an interesting story about an abandoned underwater research facility known as the Deep Freeze, where a bunch of golden creatures had been left behind. And so she felt a rescue mission is just what she needed. So she decides she's going to go into the Deep Freeze and rescue these 50 golden creatures. And that's exactly what we're going to do.
So right off the bat, we're going to be seeing the main mechanic of this level, which is these arrows. Basically, you grab them, and then you wait 3 seconds, and then you'll be teleported in whichever direction the arrow is facing. If that teleport happens to send you into a wall, then you'll immediately die 90% of the time. More on that later. We just picked up our first power-up, which is the umbrella. That's going to allow us to float gently across these wind currents, and also cross large gaps. Like right there, you can see that large shaft we wouldn't be able to get up without floating across the wind. Those arrows that you see at the bottom of the screen, they open gates like the one on the right. So right now we're just doing a sort of tutorial section that's going to show off a lot of the main gimmicks that this level has to offer. After this tutorial section's over, we're going to lose all of these power-ups that we got, and we're going to have to start again. Except for Umbrella, we get to keep that one.
Here we need to collect 10 coins real quick.
Yeah, so this section's short of showing off a lot of the stuff that you're going to see in the actual level, including the coins, in a more of a friendly tutorial type setting. That blue thing, by the way, right there that he just picked up, those are cyan artifacts. They do absolutely nothing. They're pretty much just a reward for doing tricky stuff. And as it turns out, the tricky stuff in the tutorial is usually faster. So we're going to pick up a lot of them just incidentally.
for a quick donation?
Yeah, a quick one.
Okay, we have $30 from Straight Flame saying, "Greetings from the Knytt Stories community. I've never
Hey.
watched the say before, but since my buddy DonDoli is here doing a deep freeze run, I figured I'd drop by to cheer him on. Here's hoping we'll one day get to witness sub 50. P.S. Hey Don, Pokemon Crystal playthrough, when?"
Thank you, Straight Flame. It's coming up, don't worry. Right there I picked up the double jump upgrade. It lets me double jump. And in a moment I'm going to pick up the hologram upgrade. It's a bit more complicated.
Yeah, pay attention to this screen, because there's going to be first these trigger spikes, and then that toast down there. But by placing hologram in the bottom left, we trick both of them. They think Uni's standing over there, and so they don't deploy their spikes, and we can cross past them. You're going to be seeing a lot of that later in the level, where we use hologram to get past enemies like that toast and this big spiky guy.
It's not a toast.
Right, not a toast, my bad.
Why would it be a toast?
I don't
Anyway.
know, it just...
Right here we're going to see the 50 golden creatures that we're going to be rescuing throughout the level. We can only look at them here. They're going to be spread out as we go through the level. But I will take this opportunity to manipulate one of them. I'm going to wait for him just to shoot before I exit that screen. That way he's going to be stuck in that position in the cycle, and the next time I encounter him, I'll be able to pick him up before he destroys me.
Yeah, you can actually collect a couple of those golden creatures if you do a skip in the tutorial that lets you keep all of your power-ups, but that skip also completely breaks the level apart, so we're not doing it in no major skips.
Yeah.
Also, you're going to see him sort of pumping Umbrella here in order to go faster. That's because every time you have the Umbrella out, Uni is moving at a slower pace than normal, so we're going to be carefully balancing Umbrella for speed, but using it as low as possible.
Here we enter the Gale Chamber. This is like where the level properly starts. It's going to open up. There's a bunch of different directions to go. Our first milestone is to get 10 golden creatures, and that will let us get the hologram upgrade again. You want to explain these green blocks?
Right, so these green blocks that have the letter I on them, those are the golden creature locks. Essentially, whatever Roman numeral is on those blocks is how many golden creatures you need to collect in order to unlock them. And I should probably mention as well, while it's on my mind, that if we ever say GCs, we're just talking about golden creatures.
Yeah. So there I used the wind momentum to skip an arrow. We're going to be doing a lot of advanced wind stuff in this next section. This is like the first proper difficult section of the run.
Yeah, there's going to be a whole lot of rooms in this level that are done unintentionally, which is kind of crazy. It was one of the reasons a lot of people didn't do this run for a long time, is because this level is just, first of all, so massive, and second of all, it's got so many puzzle rooms where it seems like, well, you just do the puzzle. But no, Don went through this level and found a whole bunch of crazy ways you can save time. Not so much in this section, but later on you'll be seeing a lot of puzzles done in unintended ways.
Yeah, Glipperl found a bunch too. Don't be modest.
I found a lot of ways to completely break the level.
That's true.
You'll notice small optimization here. He's just grabbing the arrows before the save point so that he can still get the save but not lose any time from it.
Yeah. I was off on my umbrella pumping there. And I dipped into the laser.
Yeah, not only is this run long, it also takes a lot of skill. It's not like other Knytt Stories runs where you just time your jumps correctly. Oftentimes you're timing multiple things at once, like Umbrella and Hologram, and you need to make sure they get in the right positions, or else you're gonna not get the cycle correct, and all kinds of stuff. So down there you see our first lock. We're gonna need purple key, which we get right here in order to open that up. And that's going to unlock this sort of warp zone for us. And this warp zone has 4 entrances. You need a different thing for each one. One's a key, one's hologram, and then one of them's this code. But since we've played the level already, we happen to know the code, and we can just skip past that.
And that's the GC.
And this enemy, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that enemy, that's the one that we were manipulating in the tutorial. If we didn't wait on that screen so that it was on a good cycle, it would blast us right there.
So we
Also,
did that
these
little
purple
section
blocks.
backwards, but now it's back to normal, and this section is very tight. I'm gonna go for some crazy strats here. Barely.
Nice, first one. This one he's gonna run through on a quick cycle, activate the block, run back, and then get through when it disappears. That's a tighter gap than it looks to fit exactly between those two bouncers before they land. These purple blocks, if it wasn't obvious, when you touch them, they disappear, and that was a pretty nice section.
Yeah, that was clean, actually. So here we're gonna see the hollow that I'm gonna get in a moment. I don't have 10 just yet, I have 7. We're gonna do a little loop around and get the rest of them.
And this entire section right here can be a little bit auto-scrollery, because there's a lot of enemies on these screens that just, you have to wait for lasers, or you have to wait for ball cycles, or you have to wait for something. So this might be a good time for donations.
Oh yes, great. We have $15 from Fezzes or Bowties saying Knytt stories with a KS plus level. This game is awesome. Thanks DonDoli and good luck for the run. Thank you very much for that donation, and what a great name.
Yeah, so Altagonio, the guy who made this level, he actually also made all of the music for it, I believe.
Yeah. Very talented.
This room is pretty cool. You have to hit the blocks. You have to pretty much get as many blocks as you can each cycle here, otherwise you won't have enough time to make it back before the laser gets you.
Alright, this is GC number 9. We need one more, which is over here to the left. Did you cover the hologram? Or maybe we can remind the viewers.
Briefly, yeah, but there we got it again. Hologram's going to allow us to do a couple things. Most importantly, it's going to allow us to get past the big spiky guys, because essentially what it does is it tricks them into thinking that Uni is somewhere else, and we're able to pass by their large hitbox. It's mainly used as like a gatekeeper before you get it, but then once you get it, we're going to enter some sections that have some really interesting puzzles with it, where you have to carefully figure out where to place hologram so that all of the enemies on screen are in the right positions.
Alright, we've just been cleaning up the Gale Chamberlain in the partition now. We have one more GC over here.
Scariest enemy in the game right there.
Alright, I got the 0 cycle
Nice.
there. Alright, so now we're going to be entering the creeping corridor, and this is where the run starts to get sort of complicated.
Yeah, here you can see the big spiky guys that the hologram is really good at avoiding. You're going to see a lot of screens with a bunch of those guys on them, and you have to place hologram in specific spots so that they don't all extend their spikes and make it impossible to pass by. We're going to see quite a few new mechanics here, the first one of which is these gates, which delete all of the spikes on the screen, but also take away our hologram, and we have to re-get it. Now, there's an interesting trick on this screen with this arrow. Watch carefully, because it looks like the purple guy is covering it, but we actually... The arrow hitbox is huge, first of all, and we can sort of use the leniency you get when running off a ledge to run off the ledge, grab the arrow, and then still jump. So these hollow gates, what they do, they delete all the spikes on the screen, which is often mandatory, like there will be spikes at the ending passageway, so you have to activate the gate. But that causes you to lose your hologram, and then you have to puzzle your way through the screen to re-get it. We're going to see Don attempting to do a glitch with the gates right here.
It's so tight.
Didn't get it. It is so tight. It's frame perfect, in fact. But essentially what it allows you to do is place hologram without having it... you still lose hologram if you get the trick, but it would prevent us from having to wait for this red guy to walk all the way over to the right. We'll see a couple more tries in the level where he can get that. Also, pay attention to where hologram gets placed here. Notice how it's actually inside the hitbox of that spiker enemy.
I misskipped the arrow there.
Yeah. What happens on this screen is that we undeploy hologram, and then before the spikes have fully extended and killed us, we replace hologram inside of the hitbox, and that allows us to get hologram far enough left that the big spiker on the other side doesn't actually hit us, or doesn't actually extend his spikes. And there's another one of those grabbing the arrow right on top of the purple guy.
Yeah, that completely cheeses this screen. We don't have to do anything.
Yeah. This whole section is kind of broken because of it. And it's a good thing Don removed the hologram there, because there's a chance that if you position the hologram correctly in just the right spot, it'll persist onto the next screen and cause that blue dropper to fall early and mess up the timing.
Yeah, that's something we found recently, right?
It is something we found pretty recently. I don't think we found any use for it yet. Also, that's a cool trick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Normally you're supposed to jump up those stairs to the right and float across to make the blue guy drop. But in that case, you can just jump and then undo hollow and make him drop before the spikes come out.
In this section, we have a guaranteed hollow glitch, gate glitch, because of just how it's set up in one of the screens.
Yeah, this is a different glitch than the other one. This one's actually going to let us keep hologram through one of those gates. First, we've got this screen with a little cheeky bit of movement here to skip the gate entirely and keep hologram.
Yeah, that's tight.
And then we've got this screen right here, where we're going to run against this wall while using the arrow. And then what happens there is, you can see we've got hologram right now, even though we activated the glitch. We
we're not supposed to have hologram now.
Yeah, it completely cheeses that screen and makes the next couple of screens easier as well. But what happens is there's this sort of safety mechanic built into Knytt stories where you can't activate multiple shifts consecutively. And the arrows and the hologram gates are both a shift. So what happens is we use the arrow.
I don't like this. Okay.
Yeah, that guy was pretty far to the right. This one's also another pretty precise timing, because you have to float up the wind, undeploy hologram just in time to get the purple guy far enough to the left. But yeah, so there's a safety mechanic where you can't activate multiple shifts consecutively. So we take the arrow, and then within 5 frames after using the arrow, we touch the hologram gate and then leave its hitbox. And what that does is, because we've left the hitbox within those 5 frames, we don't actually activate the shift that takes away hologram, but we do activate the trigger, because that's a separate entity that takes away the spikes. So we get the spikes removed from that screen without actually losing our hologram.
Alright, we're about done with this area. I believe we have 19 golden creatures now, and when we get 20, we'll be able to get the double jump back. That's 20. conveniently next to this shortcut area.
Yeah, now we're taking the other 2 exits from the shortcut area.
Alright, so picking up double jump here, we're gonna enter an area called the Lost Vessel. We're gonna be trapped in there until we get the yellow key, which we need 40 coins for. So as I get started on this, we might squeeze in a couple of messages.
Cool, I have a donation right here. We have $69 from Mod366,
Nice.
our previous runner, saying, time to pay up what I promised. 7 deaths and 17 blocks from the stupid Togimon wannabe at least leads to a very nice donation amount. You may already anticipate where this money goes towards. My boy Bulbasaur for Pokemon Puzzle League. Good luck, DonDoli, for your run.
Thank you.
very, very much for the generous donation. And I would like to point out that with that donation, Mod has a chance to win both Nintendo Switch and a ViewSonic monitor. And if you want to have that chance yourselves, you can donate up to $30 in total throughout the event for the monitor, or $50 or more for Nintendo Switch. So keep those donations rolling, guys. Thank you very much.
Ah, that's such a cheeky strat right there. It's not worth it.
Yeah, this one's tight because you need to step off the platform without touching the laser, and that lets you drop straight through the floor there. Very micro optimization.
Yeah, it saves so little. It's like, I don't really care how much it saves. It's faster, you know? It's all that
It looks
matters.
cool.
It looks cool
Just
too.
drop straight through it.
Alright, we got 14 coins. Gonna enter a little code here.
I wonder if anyone chat spotted the code.
That's a good question. Alright, so on this next screen is the most important hollow gate glitch in the run. Hopefully I can get it. It would be very nice. No, didn't get it. So I'm gonna have to do this slow way.
Yeah, you can keep going for that glitch, but it is frame perfect and it loses
Yeah,
a lot of
it's
time if you miss
not
it more than once.
That's pretty close. Whoops. Don't know what I was thinking there. Okay, that was the dumbest way to die because I can just do this.
Yeah, you can skip some of these bouncers.
Yeah, but I usually don't because I have time to spare anyway. But yeah, then you mess up and yeah, it's very preventable basically. Some wind movement here because I need to save my double jump for this guy.
Yeah, it takes a long time to accelerate upwards with the wind, so that's why he has to go so low there. When we get high jump later, the wind makes us go a lot faster, but right now, it's not much.
Alright, we're about to leave this area. Got 40 coins. And next up we're going into Revolver, which is sort of the most puzzly area in the level, I would say. It's very easy to lose a lot of time in like a snowball sort of way. It's got the screen wrap, which you'll see. I don't know, you got something to add about Revolver?
Yeah, you see that those triangles on the side of the screen? That's an indication that if we were to exit either the left or the right, we would come back on the other side, like right there, except that time we did it using a teleport. It's also just got a lot of tight strats.
Yeah, that there's the trickiest overworld movement in the run. So we have these gray blocks, so they break a little while after you stand on them. They also break if you teleport into them.
And that was an interesting strat right there as well. He, right before the arrow teleported him, he dropped down from the platform so that he teleported in between two of the gray blocks and broke them at the same time.
Yeah, save the cycle. Here I'm gonna do a super tight strat to also save a cycle, hopefully.
That's the first part of the super tight strat, and now this is the really tight part.
Alright, just made it.
Nice! First try.
And then on this screen we're gonna get a little taste of the later part of the level. I'm gonna combine two arrows together.
So there's the first arrow he grabs, there's a second arrow. Now you're gonna see him deploy one right after another.
Alright, we've got a GC here. It's kind of a dangerous screen. No, you don't.
That can be scary if you don't get.
Yeah, this is a very dangerous screen. These projectiles, especially the ones coming from the left, they're quite absurd sometimes in how they move. Jesus, they're staying on screen for so long.
Ow.
That was pretty nuts. Okay, we're good, we're good, we're good.
Oh my god, you just snuck past the water at the end there too.
Yeah, that was
that's
unusual.
You miss, like, you would think that you could set up a consistent timing for that screen, but there's two problems with that. A, all of these enemies are on global cycles. Also, cheeky little jump through the floor there.
Yeah, I had a cool strat for the screen, but we can just cheese it.
Yeah, there's a couple of reasons. The first is that all the enemies are on global cycles. So they're not always the same every time you enter the screen, even. And also, if you mess up even one part, then all of the shots are heading into very different directions. It's sort of a chaos theory, everything spirals out of control type of a screen. So there's really no way to be prepared for it. So that was some
those bullets are just brilliant how they're coded, because they're somehow always different. I don't know how it works. In this section, the screen wraps in every direction, and we're gonna be progressing through these purple warps. Or shifts? I always get those two confused.
We call everything warps.
Yeah.
There are warps in this screen as well. That's what the arrows on the side of the screen are.
Next screen we're gonna also do complete cheese on with some clever hologram placement right here.
Yeah, watch this red guy. We'll just jump right over him.
Alright. Now we're gonna be heading towards like the second half of Revolver. Probably the more difficult half. It's gonna have a branching path with 3 ways to go. I'm gonna start by going up, which is, well, a section that's all about just advanced wind maneuvers. And I'm gonna be doing a strat where I try to conserve my double jump from this screen. Very precise positioning here. Missed it. I blame that on talking.
Yeah, so right there is where he uses his jump. He's got one double jump for the next 3 screens. He's not going to use it here either to get up to that wind.
Let's skip a cycle here.
All the way there. Double jump finally gets used, and then he can land on the ground, grab the save, and get the double jump back again.
Similar thing here. I'm gonna use the wind to not use my jump. This is pretty tight.
Yeah, the strat used to be done twice in the room under time pressure, but that was a bit too much.
Yeah. Then the next screen I'm gonna be doing or attempting a very precise wall swim. I'll try it like 2 or 3 times. If you wanna tell him what I'm trying here.
So he needs to get inside of this thin wall. He can't go too far to the right because those orange blocks will kill him.
Dude,
and he can't go too
try.
far to the left. First try as well. That was very impressive. Can't go too far to the left because he'll actually fall out of the wall and just into the walls that you see. They're not fully solid. They're only the visible part is solid, so you can actually stand inside of them.
Similar thing here, although not as precise. Ah, I missed it.
Bonk.
Yeah, that's the hard part, is this jump that goes through all the layers. There we go. This is probably the most random screen in the whole level. Be nice, please.
They are not being nice.
Okay, just this guy left.
Ooh, just the easiest
There we
one.
go.
Hey, not bad.
Not too bad. Okay, this next section, right, it's all about these like white spiky bars. It's pretty straightforward, although it has some interesting strats.
Yeah, so anytime we are able to get out of bounds, it's because Ultigonio, the guy who made this level, it's because he forgot to place death tiles in whatever wall we're getting out of bounds in. There's death tiles across most of the map, but sometimes he just missed a couple spots.
Yeah. Yeah, otherwise you might wonder why we didn't do that kind of stuff all over the place, but yeah, it wouldn't work.
One of the reasons is that it's no major skips. Also, see if you can spot anything suspicious here.
Yes. How did I make that white bar disappear?
So there's an interesting thing here. Remember how I mentioned that anytime you teleport into a wall you die because Ultigonio placed death blocks there? Well, there's also death blocks inside of the orange blocks there to kill us if we try and teleport into them. The problem with that, of course, is that once we remove the orange blocks through normal means, the death blocks will remain. So Ultigonio needed a way to also remove the death tiles, and in order to do that, he used a trigger that deletes whatever's on the tile. The Knytt stories plus triggers aren't exactly that smart, and they just delete anything that is in the way, including those white spiky bars.
So this section is all about like manipulating enemy positions, using these gray teleporting things, and hitting buttons. It's probably one of the hardest areas to like follow along with what's going on.
Yeah, so chat's asking about how we found the missing death tiles. This game comes with a level editor, so we can just open up this level and see exactly where all the different objects are.
Yes. So I just wait for Glipperl to do that, and then I use his results.
Pretty much. But one day you will make your own level, and we will all be very happy and
One
speedrun
day,
it.
yes. There's too many good levels to play. Why would I make one?
So that we can play it and speedrun it.
Maybe. Good point. I'm gonna do that over because I missed a strat and it's just gonna be so much slower if I don't do it the right way.
Yeah, pay attention to the hologram here.
I just released it as I was falling to move this guy in particular away from the arrow.
Yeah, so now that purple guy's in the perfect spot where we can just dance around him. These rooms in general are, not this one per se, but a lot of them are pretty long. There's a lot of, you have to place hologram in one location and then activate a code button and then somewhere else. I guess that's why they're so long, is because the code buttons, you can see that they're just scattered all over the screens and you have to hit multiple of them, oftentimes solving multiple puzzles in the same screen.
Yeah, I still don't know the intended solution for this screen. This is what I did when I played it for the first time as well. We're coming to the end of the revolver section now, and I'm gonna have another screen with tricky GCs, but as we leave this area, we can squeeze in a message here, if you'd like, Stacy.
Oh yeah,
now we definitely have time.
I'd like to tell everyone that the next run, right after this one, is Risk of Rain, and we have a bid war going on for the player's name. So currently the lead is RB's Percent with $40, followed by Jeff with $30, but we still have enough time to snipe it with your favorite name, so keep those donations coming in and think about donating towards that bid war, and maybe we could get to 21k during this round. That would be really, really nice. Thank you very much.
So here we're opening all of the GC locks, 1, 5, 10, 20, and 40.
Tech, don't panic. So now we're entering this pretty weird area. It's very short, but we're going to be losing all our power-ups throughout this section. So right here, I've lost my double jump ability. I'm not sure what Ultijonio was trying to say with this section. But, yeah. So there I lost my hologram. Metaphor. Here I'm gonna lose all my keys. Yeah, metaphor for what? For metaphors?
Shooty coming up.
No, I didn't get it.
Ah, I got the bonk.
Yeah.
There's a really precise strat you can do there where you hit the ceiling at just the right way and it aligns your position so that you can directly fall into that corridor without having to use umbrella. One-tile corridors are pretty notorious in this game for just killing you in seemingly random fashion, so we need a setup in order to get through it cleanly.
That jump is very hard. I don't have umbrella now, so I can't make use of that. And now I'm even gonna lose my ability to run. Although in this next short section I'm gonna get all of those things back.
Yeah, we'll get run back pretty quickly. We also introduced the new mechanic in this section, which is stacking arrows, which you saw a little bit of before. But like right here, we're going to use a down arrow, and then we're going to use a left arrow. Then we're going to grab that right arrow and the same left arrow. So it's all about finding ways to coordinate your arrow usage, because every arrow you pick up is going to be activated 3 seconds after you take it. Also, those red arrows that sort of flash and jitter around, those are faster versions of the normal arrows. They trigger in 1 second instead of 3. Cheeky little wind movement to get up there and grab that arrow early. Nice. Getting that screen first try is pretty difficult because you have to grab the arrows. Yeah, in just the right sequence and with the right timing, and then you still need to make the jumps after that.
Here I'm going to be doing an actual intended skip, and you'll see it's intended because the creator left us a little message. Oh, okay, well, not that one. That was bad timing. No death tiles there either, apparently.
Yeah, sometimes there's a lot of places where death tiles are missing, but not all of them are useful. And most of the times they're not useful is because there's death tiles everywhere else around that spot. So no matter where you go from the out of bounds, you just die.
There we go.
Nice.
Alright, so there we picked up high jump, which does make me jump higher, but also does a lot of other subtle, complicated things. Blipper, maybe you'll explain that at some point, but right now I need to welcome you to the trench. This is a very large area, like a hub world with 7 branching paths that we're going to be going through. I'm going to start by going to the top left one, and there I'm going to be doing the biggest skip of the run and actually go fully out of bounds right at the start. So Glippy, maybe you want to get to explaining what I'm going to be trying to do here.
Yeah, so essentially this is another spot where Ultijonio just didn't think that anyone would ever try and use the arrows to teleport there, and so he didn't place any death blocks, and so we're going to be able to use that to just get outside of the intended geometry. And then, if you'll remember that walls are only solid where they're visual, so right here we're just going to teleport into the water. That takes us to the screen below, and now we're walking on the outside of the level.
And here are these purple void screens that are a staple of Knytt Stories speedrunning.
Yeah, if you've ever watched a machine speedrun or any of the more broken categories, you'll be seeing those purple screens a lot. We don't see them as much in this level because, again, no major skips.
Yay, okay. That was a bit off the beaten path, but yeah, it worked. Yeah, this area is large. That's the map right there.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about the map power-up. Best power-up in the game.
Indeed. Well, next to detector. I'm gonna try a super cheeky fast cycle here. No! It's already over. I'm gonna have to do this instead.
Yeah, you can get past that enemy while he's running away from you, which is super tight. You're essentially chasing him down and then just teleport to the other side.
Huh. I was too slow. I'm surprised.
Yeah, the trench really steps up in difficulty compared to the rest of the level. It's like, the rest of the level is like, okay, you've got, you know, you've understood these mechanics, you're having fun, and now we're gonna make you do multiple arrows and hologram and umbrella all on top of each other with the correct timing, and it's just like, ah!
This screen is complicated. We need to move that purple spider in the middle, basically.
And that's the only spot from which we can move the purple spider. So we have to get all the way over there and then come all the way back. That golden creature down there normally has spikes that come out if you get too close, so you have to place hologram in order to collect it.
Again, I'm surprised. That was the easy part.
This screen is pretty notorious.
Yeah. Got it though.
Easy.
No.
Wow, you actually made it up into the... I didn't know that was a thing that could happen.
Pretty rare. Oh, and that's also rare. So that was a fake arrow grab. I don't know if we can explain that.
I mean, essentially what happens there is it's the same thing as with the hologate glitch. If you grab an arrow and then leave within 5 frames, the safety mechanism prevents you from grabbing it.
That's a funny strat right there. On by Glipperall.
Yeah, you pretty much just hold down and then time when you want to run. Because you need to hold the down arrow in order to grab arrows. You don't have to time the press of it or anything. Down section. This is a cool section. It can go really fast or really slow.
Okay, I really want that save.
Yeah, this screen is not easy. Nice.
It's easy to drop spaghetti on that screen. What?
Yeah, because you have to very precisely time a drop down while the wind is constantly oscillating you up and down.
Yeah, it's like the default position and the wind is just slightly too high to make it down there with the teleport.
Yeah. Other than that, that was a pretty clean section.
Yeah, it was alright.
This part, I don't know, I feel is kind of tame in comparison to the rest of Trench.
Tame, you said?
Well, not when you're doing the speedrun strats.
Oh shit. I mean, I guess you're right. I don't really like remember this section that well, so I guess that means that it's not that noteworthy. Doesn't this one have the out of bounds though? Whoa,
It does,
okay.
yeah. Coming up
Focus.
in like 3 screens after this.
Everything is difficult if you don't focus.
Very true. Yeah, not this screen. This is the one with just the hologram and the spikers.
No. Let's undo that.
You may notice that we just teleported through that red guy. Here's the out of bounds.
It's a really quick one. Pretty surprising that the creator overlooked that, since he just used the arrow right where it is.
Right? But yeah, that teleporting through the red guy, that's another consequence of the sort of safety mechanism that surrounds shifts, is that you get 3 frames of invulnerability after using one. So we're able to use that to just run against the wall and walk straight through the enemy.
It's another out of bounds here. This is not tame at all. This one is pretty tight.
It's for the speedrun, alright? Okay,
Did I
yeah,
even
this
touch
one...
him?
It's debatable whether this one's an out of bounds or not, because you teleport straight from one screen into another screen.
It's like through the out of bounds, yeah. I'm not sure how
Yeah.
to define it. Whoa. Again! Okay.
Ah.
Yeah, there's a strat here that makes it so you don't move these guys a lot, but it does make it sort of tight to do everything.
I still don't know the intended strat for this screen. Are you doing the intended strat?
I think it's pretty intended what I'm doing. Maybe I'm cutting out a step or something, but that's pretty much how you do it.
Like that
I really
screen
like this
just...
screen. Here I'm not doing the
Yeah,
intended
this is a
strat.
fun one.
Push the button from below. And whoa! Okay, we'll do it again. I guess we'll go in here.
Can't you just...
Go into the last one? Probably.
I mean, you opened the gate, so you could just jump up top.
Oh yeah, would I reach? I guess yeah, if I from the middle. That's true. I need to fail that screen more often, so I'll learn the backups.
Yeah, there's a crazy amount of screens in this run, and you can't possibly learn the backups for all of them.
Yeah.
Especially because there's so many different ways you could fail them. Like, could you fail it before getting the arrow, after getting the arrow? Which shifts are you using?
But that's what makes it interesting to me. A lot of Knytt story speedruns are very short, like just a number of minutes. But this is a whole different thing. Anyway, this section is pretty interesting. It's like a puzzle where you have to grab the keys. But the keys are also like, you need to use the locks as platforms, so you need to pick them in a good order and stuff. There's a couple different ways to do it. I think this is the fastest.
Obviously, we chose the fastest one. But if you can find a faster one, then come and run deep freeze yourself, because we could use some more runners.
That's true. Here I'm gonna get the spec, which is hard to even see. There it is. So we're at 48 golden creatures out of 50. We're getting there.
Spec is the most notorious golden creature in the entire game. I have no idea why Ego Massive put it in there.
No, I like it. It's different.
Well, you like it until you have to do randomizer with it.
Randomizer's supposed to be crazy, so I don't mind. Okay, that was very good.
True.
This screen is tricky. Alright, got it. Whoa! I thought, okay. In my mind, the rhythm was different, so it was perfect time, but... Okay, now we're gonna wait. There we go.
First try minus the...
Yeah,
first
mine is
try.
all the tries that didn't work. It was first try.
Yeah.
Fearless.
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 Nice!
Oh, this might actually be a good time to get some donations in before I finish this area.
Oh, great. We have a quick one. We have $10 from Patty2Place saying onion pudding. Oh my god, sorry. Onion pudding. And that short donation goes towards the bonus run of Pokemon Red any percent for the main run of Pokemon Blue any percent, which is currently at $160 out of 300. So if you want to see this, consider donating. We're getting closer to 21k and we can make that happen. And all your donations are going towards Alzheimerfonden, the Swedish national fundraising organization focusing on Alzheimer's disease and other dementia-related diseases. And this is an amazing cause, and we're very happy to support this organization thanks to you and your generous donations. So consider donating and keep supporting us. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you. Did she say onion pudding?
I think so, yeah. Also, let's be real. Why would you not want to see that run?
Onion pudding thing really threw me off. Okay, I don't like that these blocks are here.
Ooh.
Yeah, instead of my thing. I don't know, this is a problem I've been having lately.
Just barely got stuck in the wall there.
I like...
A couple pixels higher and you would have been fine.
Yeah, I just need to make sure to clear out more of these purple blocks now, so it's like this.
Nice clear path to the end.
Yeah.
For a quick reference, onion pudding is an internal ESA meme from ESA Winter 2020, if I remember correctly. If I'm not, Patty will correct me. So yeah, that's why.
Doesn't make it any less disturbing, but alright. Alright, that was the trench.
Good.
It doesn't sound good, but I mean, I like onion. Do I like pudding? I'm not sure. But yeah, that was the trench. We have 50 golden creatures. Now we just have to make our escape. It's a trick jump right here. Not sure how this works or how it doesn't work.
Yeah, essentially the wind pushes you up faster than you would get from a normal jump. Although right now it is not being very cooperative.
Getting rid of umbrella. There it is. Jeez.
There it is. Yeah, there's
Shout
also
out to the music in this area.
There's also in this game what are called ground cycles, which basically means that while we're standing on flat ground, our position is constantly oscillating, and you need that position to be at the very bottom in order to get that jump.
Yeah, what he said. Alright, and now we're back exactly where we started, but with more powers. And we're about to pick up our last power, which is this climbing ability here. So climbing walls is actually pretty much a big staple of Knytt Stories levels in general, but this level just goes to show how much you can do even without it. But yeah, now we're in the final section of the level, and it's just more of the same, but now I can climb walls. Also, walls refresh my double jump, so it's pretty powerful. Also, can I make this in time? Another wall swim here.
You may be wondering why we're allowed to wall swim in that orange block when most of the other ones have death tiles in it. Well, that's because normally when you delete the orange block, you delete the death tiles too. But again, Knytt Stories Plus, the deletion object just deletes everything on the tile, so it would delete the arrow as well. So that's why Ultigonio couldn't prevent us from doing that wall swim. Nice little strat there, leaving a purple block to jump off of.
Gotta cheese this screen with some precise positioning. Take advantage of the fact that Uni is thin and she can squeeze right in there.
There's also, I want to mention, this section has a ton of places where you can get out of bounds by taking the arrows, but because the walls are all those like flat ones instead of the jagged ones that you're seeing now, there's nowhere to get back in bounds.
Oh my god.
Ooh, nice
No.
save.
Okay, there we go. Technically first try. Whoa, what? Did you see that?
What?
It fell through the ground. What was that?
Oh my gosh, is there just not collision there?
There's not. What? I didn't know about that. Huh. Well, that never happened before.
Wow, so I guess that's another spot you can get out of bounds in this section if you want. Actually, is that a spot we could get back in bounds?
Are you finding new strats now?
No, I'm definitely not looking through the level editor as we speak to see if that's a skip.
That was very interesting. How did I never get in there before? That's crazy. Alright, not much left now. Some tricky code screens.
I guess you could get back in there, but you can also just get back in through the wall. So even if it was a skip, it wouldn't help us.
That's a shame.
Unfortunate.
A bit of a headphone warning right now. This sound effect is pretty loud. And time is coming up. Time. And I got the swag ending. So I died and
Nice.
I won at the same time, but winning took priority.
Yeah, it saves your game before you actually die, for whatever reason.
Alright, that was fun. Sub 55 is decent for a marathon.
That's a pretty nice run.
Yeah, happy with that. It's 3 minutes and 20 seconds from the world record, which can still be improved. So,
that was pretty
conclusion of
close
the
to your old
story.
PB.
Yeah, well, yeah, I got a 3 minutes PB during practice. So, end of the story is that as Uni escaped with the creatures, she found what she had been missing all along, which apparently is bunnies. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the takeaway is from that. If you're curious about running Knytt stories, we have set up a dedicated website, ksruns.com. It's got leaderboards, resources, Discord invites. And if you like
Randomizer.
yeah, and the randomizer. Everything you need is right there. If you like 2D platformers and speedruns, consider checking out my channel. I tend to run some pretty unusual things, so my community is small and comfy, but maybe a bit too small. So I would much appreciate if you drop by, especially if you're curious about this game. We'd be happy to recommend some neat levels for you and whatnot. That's twitch.tv/DonDoli. Some shout-outs to everyone on this screen, to Ultijonio, of course, for making the level, for Niflas, for making the game, and those two guys also make some incredible music. Shout-outs to Ristos, we miss you, to Helvetia and Straight Flame, and my brother Topraj. Shout-outs to everyone on my Discord, you guys are all not toast to me. Thank you so much, Glipperal, for being with me, of course. And a big thanks to ESA for showing some love to KS once more. Now, we do have a donation
Here.
incentive. So if, Tech, you want to switch over the overlay real quick, we'll get on to that. I'm going to change the game real quick as well. We're going to be playing Don't Eat the Mushroom. Truly my most prestigious speedrunning achievement. Alright, we ready? Okay, looks like we're good. Alright, so let's find this level. Right here. Don't eat the mushroom. Not a kick in the nuts. Another time, maybe. Don't Eat the Mushroom by Uncle Sporky. So yeah, let's have a look. And actually, since the level is called Don't Eat the Mushroom, I think for once we're gonna not eat the mushroom. How about that? Does that sound good?
I think that's what Twitch chat would want.
Let's check out the story. Uni, I'm very busy today. Could you please deliver this package to Marcy for me? Sure thing, Mom. Oh, and I was going to warn you about something, but I've completely forgotten. It must have not been too important. I'll see you soon. Thanks a bunch. So we have to deliver a package. I guess this was the original Strand type level. We'll start the timer in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, and get ready on time. Oh, I forgot. We're not going to eat it.
You
Sorry.
ate the mushroom.
I ate the mushroom.
How could you?
I've just...
Did you not read the level title?
Oh no, that's saved. Right. I'm too used to eating it. Okay. Okay. Excuse
Too
me
tempting.
for a moment. Okay, here we go. Once again. 3, 2, 1, now. That's for my own timer. Alright, so for real, this time. Gotta not eat it. There we go. And get ready on time. And time. That's 13. That's actually a world record. Very
Nice.
good, very good.
Tied
Oh, it's a
world record.
tied world record. Shoutouts to Rawdon. So yeah, hi Marcy. Hi Uni. Here's your package. Thanks. See you later. Bye. That's Don't Eat the Mushroom. Alright, I know that's not what you were looking for. That's not what you paid for, so let's do that again. We can just leave the timer running, or if it's not, then we'll start it in 3, 2, 1, now. Alright, this time, let's do mushroom percent. I'm actually gonna do best ending for you guys. Alright, so we're gonna eat the mushroom, there we go. Everything seems to be we're gonna go down here for a quick moment. And then we're gonna go in here to get the high jump power up. Now Nintendo never told us what is south of these screens, but with the Knytt stories, we were able to hack into the mainframe, and yeah, just as we expected. Now before you say anything, this level is 12 years old, so it's perfectly jokes for its age. Okay, I gotta really focus for this part. I gotta not focus for this part. Oh, and this is some Rogue. Rogue is a game that came out in 1980. It's where the term roguelike came from. Somehow I actually played this when I was a kid. I'm not sure how that came to be. This is the hardest jump in the run. There we go. Alright, so we're gonna go post on the forums because this is just not right. Someone's gotta give us answers. That didn't work though. Oh, there's me. Yeah, there. Do you see? Hello, me. I'm just gonna go for a little climb right here. Alright, and right here I could deliver the package. That would be the any percent run, but we're gonna head back this way instead. I'm gonna give you best ending because you guys have donated so much, you deserve it. So back across the field, we're gonna go ahead and jump straight over my house because that's yet another ending. We don't want that. Time is coming up, and time. And Uni was never seen or heard from again. Best ending. Well, there's more than that. Some believe that in her mushroom-induced confusion, she leapt into the ocean and drowned. Others insist that she was an excellent swimmer and probably still lives on elsewhere. And there you go. Unfortunately, there's no way of knowing the truth of the matter. So she got some whole island with all the mushrooms she can eat. Shoutouts to Glipperall's speedrun of this level in 4 minutes and 20 seconds. It's basically a glitch exhibition. You can find it on the Don't Eat the Mushroom speedrun.com page because that is a thing. This was Knytt Stories. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, ACA, for having us. Everything you need to know about this game can be found on ksruns.com. Thank you very much, Clipro, for being here, and Stacy, over to you.
Thank you very, very much for that absolutely insane run and some, classic quality memes as well. Thank you so much for submitting it to ESA. We're really happy to have it here. We're going to go to a short intermission and we'll be right back. Stay tuned, don't go anywhere. Thank you again.